Okay, how I became a earning six figures a month coach, fitness coach overnight, guys. Truthfully, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of how this happened because I was broken in debt until I was 29 years old, hated my life. And then what ended up happening was I started putting myself out there on TikTok. I had like 3 roommates. One of them said, go on TikTok. I was doing comedy, but it was more like adult humor. I wasn't gonna get any like contracts from that, any influencer shit. And then I was talking about fitness because I used to be jacked and bald, and at the time I was off of gear, and I was just talking about my past. Long story short, there was a really big need for that type of content. Okay, so I started talking very matter-of-factly, showing the proof that I used to be really jacked, what I did, all that shit. I never really wanted to take clients because just personally, I just didn't want part of the fitness industry. If you know who I am, like my content, I fucking hate the fitness industry. It just gets worse and worse as the years have gone on. With that said, what ended up happening was I started going all in with the fitness thing. I was getting my content, my comedy was getting flagged, so TikTok basically steered me into the fitness route of just talking about gear. And what I ended up doing was, since I was getting really high view, niched views from people that were asking for coaching, I was turning it down, I started saying yes. So I started accepting my clients overnight. My business model is what we're here for, okay? My business model is the best business model you can build for your fitness coaching. We're just gonna keep this to fitness coaching business, okay? So I worked around the clock, and I still do, but man, I undercut the market with price, just like what we're seeing with like peptides for like everybody with the China peptides, they're like going lower and lower. I undercutted the market and I over-delivered a service. So at first I started at $100 a month because I was broke. I valued $100 a month, and I knew if I had 100 people, that's gonna be $10,000 a month, right? Well, what ended up happening was it got all the way up to 240. My content was popping off. I'm taking more and more clients. We're just doing 100 a month, but the way when people go, how the fuck could you coach that many people? Well, first off, they're all not on cycle at that one time. So I have people holding a fee of $50 a month if they wanted to keep their fee for 100, or if I was raising it to 150, but I always kept my prices lower until later. Okay, so you want to keep your prices lower until it's undeniable that you can charge, and then you can work a little less, or wherever the case may be. But if you want to get people, now I would say $100 should be like 150 with inflation. You start at 150 and you offer them a 24/7 service. I am giving you the sauce here, guys, of they can reach out. You're gonna do an initial call, 10, 15 minutes. You're gonna take your notes on them, and they can reach out to you after that whenever they want. And it's up to them to do that because you're not gonna babysit. You're not charging enough to babysit. And what this lets you do is it lets you just get more and more clients and take them. So when I had like some feuds with like fucking TNF and shit on TikTok, he's like, "You're lying. How the fuck could you have this many clients? You're lying." No. I just let them reach out to me, and if they didn't do that, that's not on me. I'm not a babysitter. Later, I created a service where it was high tier coaching. I'll check in with you twice a week, blah, 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 $1,000 a month, $750 a month. But when I first started, for the first 2 years, it was 100, 150, 200, 250, eventually got to 300. And then I created a high ticket service. But I always had over 150 clients during this time. And at my height, it was 240. And if you're doing content and you get you're very niche in your content and something pops off, that's when your life changes. I got like 70, like one thing went off for 4 million views. I got like 70 clients in like 2 days. You know what I mean? So you want to how do I put this? You want to undercharge, not under promise. You want to undercharge and over deliver. You want to be undeniably like working your ass off with these people. I'd be at Coachella fucking texting my people. Because if you were giving me money after being broke for so long, I really appreciated your business. It stressed me out. It was a lot of work. I wasn't really delegating tasks to a team yet. I was more hustler's mentality than CEO. But when I look back at it, I did the perfect thing. Because a lot of those clients are still my friends because they witnessed the come up. They know I'm a dope dude, and they know I'm a good person. And I proved that through my work, if that makes sense. So you want good intentions behind everything you do, but that is the sauce right here. You want to undercut the market. You want a good entry price where it's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do 150, like we'll do that. Or you can do 3 months for, if you're doing 150, 3 months would be 450, 3 months for 400, whatever. Then you can do an add-on. Do you do programs, all that shit? If you're doing, 150 a month, you can go, an extra $50. I have, you should have, if you're gonna be a coach, you should have like 5 or 6 programs. And one of them will work for them. And when it comes to meal plans, more sauce right here, you do not have to make a meal plan for each person. You should have like 1 or 2, like you should have like 2, 3 tops, like a gluten-free one if they're allergic, and get some chicks if that's even your market. You have like a standard bodybuilding one, and then you have like a unique one where maybe you like to cook and good recipes and stuff like that. But you have to have some, like a body of work to send to your people, but when you're giving them the program, the meal plan, it is still custom to them once you give them their designated macros. So you basically assign them the meals and you say, okay, just make sure that these are your macros for this meal. That's custom and that's time efficient. When people go, oh, can you make me a plan? Honestly, bro, I won't even make you a plan. I'm not even fucking lying, for $2,000. You have to offer me like 4 or 5. I have ADH fucking D, bro. Like I'm gonna need to take an Adderall. I'm gonna be in front of my computer for 4 or 5 hours, grinding away, slaving away, making you a custom program. So unless, and even when I wasn't like that busy, I wasn't down to do it. I had made these things in the past, I had perfected them. And I knew once I started building a lot of clients and I had a Discord and stuff, like those would be a call to action to have bigger programs. But when the money's coming in, you're motivated to do it. But you're not gonna make it for one person, you wanna make it for all. If somebody has an injury and you give them, hold on one second. If you give them a program and they have a shoulder injury, what do you tell them? You tell them do everything that doesn't bother your fucking shoulder. It's common sense. You can't work your shoulder. You can work maybe your chest, depending on how the shoulder feels, but just feel it out. Oh I got a bad left knee. Okay, well then don't do the things that hurt your left knee. You gotta go by how you feel. That's how this business is. That's how bodybuilding is. You go by how you feel in the gym. Can't push it if you're fucking dead tired. You can try. You're probably gonna get hurt. You're gonna fry your CNS. So there has to be some common sense that comes into play, guys. So you can do an add-on service of like including these programs. And again, you're undercutting the market. $25 for a training program and for a meal plan each. So $50 on top of the $150 that they did. So they sent you $200 for the month. Maybe you want to do like 200 and then 151. I mean, you get a little creative. But as you do this, you do your monthly and you do a 3-month, and then as you do this, you'll see there's gonna be a call to action for 6 months. And then, at that point, once you're at a certain amount that just feels almost stressful or too busy, you start upping your prices, guys. So just that's how you do this. I guarantee you, if somebody watches this and actually applies this and you have a good physique and you can talk on camera, you will make a fuck ton of money. And if you're not there yet with your physique, get there. Because I'm not gonna lie, I can't stand somebody who wants to be a fitness coach who doesn't look good. I wouldn't have a dentist with buck teeth. I wouldn't have a dermatologist with bad pimples. Sorry, you're just in the wrong field. That's my belief. It's proven that you don't have to have a good physique, but that is my belief. I am a hard ass with that. I'm a purist with that. After that, it's all yours. If you can't talk in front of the camera and you're not comfortable in front of the camera, you need to start practicing. That is a hurdle you need to get over, and you can get over it.